What is up, everybody? How y'all doing tonight? It is Air Marshal Monday. Hope everybody had a good weekend. Uh-oh, I messed something up. I gotta do a little something, little maintenance to make everything look normal. And then all right. So hopefully everybody had a good weekend and everybody got some flying in. I was able to get some flying in on Saturday, and today was actually a really nice day, but I didn't get to do any flying because I've been doing maintenance on stuff. What's up, everybody? Man, we got a good crowd in here. Already got like 30 folks or 28 folks or something. I know I saw GB in here real early, and we got let's see. So we got a good crowd. We got Shadow Ops, we got Randy, we got Dana's RC, we got Michael Honeychuck, JCB 67 Jackson RC Aviation. How you doing, Jackson? Michael Reitza, Ramsey Glass, Barry Campbell, William Mergita, Paul Hatcher, Jermaine Spencer, hello sir. Joseph Youngblood, the Craft King #1. Who's the Craft King #2? Is there a #2? Let's see. Keith Christie, good to see you guys. Raymond Molina. Man, there's so many. Critter AF 5-2. What is that saying? Wild Bill. Reginald Pradia. I'm probably butchering that, but you know, I'm dumb. So, it's great to see you guys. Welcome to the show. The airplane in the background tonight is the V2 version of the Dynam C-47 Skytrain, but if you go by Dynam, it's the Skystrain. So that's what we got going on in the background tonight. Yeah, yeah. It's invisible because it's green. And they really did, Robert. There's a lot of things that are well, you know, we'll get into that a little later. You know, for now, I just kind of want to talk about how everybody's weekend went. You know, I've had a student that I've been training up these the last few times I've been flying. So, you know, anytime I have a student, I kind of skip doing my own thing because getting a new person trained up how to fly is more important than making stuff for the show, at least to me. So, you know, sorry there hasn't been a lot of new content rolling out lately, but I need to get him signed off and get him flying. So, I've been flying my apprentice quite a bit lately, and you know, that's one of those airplanes that you you'd never get rid of it because for a lot of us it was our first airplane. Maybe some of us got rid of it because it turned into a ball of confetti and there was no choice but to, you know, let it go be in the dump in a trash bag. But my apprentice has survived, You know, it's been going strong for quite a few years now, and I've been out flying it, you know, with the student that I've been training, and man, you know, you forget what a great bird that is. That's an awesome plane. You know, sure, it's a trainer, but it flies so good. I mean, the Apprentice is just it's the best trainer plane out there. Still, I mean, it's been the best trainer plane for 7, 8 years now. You know, with all of the evolutions of the Apprentice, you know, where they had the original Apprentice and then the Apprentice S, the Mini Apprentice, and now the Apprentice STS, and they're all fantastic flyers. They're awesome. Ah, look at that. There's Kenny. F you, Kenny. So, anyway, I just wanted to give some props to the Eflite Commander. What a great plane. And you know, I know that a lot of us started on them, and dig that thing out every once in a while. Take it up because that is a fun plane. It's awesome to, you know, to get back up there and kind of get back to the roots, you know, of what brought you into, you know, into RC, and flying the Apprentice kind of brings me back to, you know, when I first started, and you know, flying it nice and easy, and seeing the smile on a student's face, you know, the first time they nail that landing, you know, the first time they get a really nice, you know, just burning down the center line, take off. Uh, you know, that plane brought me a lot of joy, and you know, it's fun to see it bring joy to new people, you know, and get new folks into the hobby. So grab your Apprentice and take it out one day, man. It'll put a smile on your face. It's a great bird. Excuse me. So, what is up, Jeff's Custom RC? Mr. Ryan, good to see you, buddy. Hello, hello, hello. I am good, Jeff. I am good. How are you doing, man? Hopefully the weather up in North Carolina is better than it has been here, man. It's been hot, but it's been raining like every day. And it's, you know, the weather's so unpredictable. Like it'll be nice and sunny, and then, you know, you think like, oh, I'm gonna get out there and go flying. Like I went out flying on Saturday, and the weather was awesome. And then like 2 hours after I get to the field, we have like a giant thunderstorm just from out of nowhere. The sky just turns black, and within like 15 minutes, it's just like a torrential downpour. Um, you know, so it was just enough time to see them black clouds roll in and be like, uh-oh, and start packing up all the planes, and get them all stuffed in the car just in time for the sky to just start falling out. Um, you know, so it's been pretty crazy. If if there is anybody in here that is not subscribed to Jeff's Custom RC, check out Jeff's channel. He just posted a link here. Jeff is awfully close to 1,000 subs, y'all, and I would love to see him hit that 1,000 mark. He deserves it, probably way more than I do. And I love all of you guys, but you know, let's get Jeff over 1,000 too, and help this guy out. Look at this. Robert Turner. Robert Turner. Where you at, Robert? Don't pretend like you're not in here. So Robert Turner just made a contribution via PayPal. Thank you so much. I truly appreciate it. All right, here is Guniac. And like I was saying, jump on Jeff's Custom RC channel. He does some great content, some great flight videos. He's got a new one coming up from a new release from Hobby King that actually looks like a really nice airplane. Check him out and give him some love. And also, our guy Ray is also really close to 1,000. So check out Gooniac33. And, Gooniac, if you want to jump on and throw a link up to your channel, feel free to do so. All of these guys are fantastic. All of our live streamers, everybody that's taken the time to do these shows and keep the RC community informed here on YouTube. It's an awesome platform. What is up? Paul McNeil, GB Linden. GB, good to see you. You were number one in the chat, man. Where'd you go? Oh, no problem, Gooniac. No problem. Oh, GB's at work. Oops. Barry Campbell. Hey, as long as when you're spending the money after you're watching my show, you always click on them descriptions. And there's always a little link hiding in there that'll take you over to our good friends at Horizon Hobby. And if you need to do some shopping, you know what I'm saying? Click that little link. It'll get you where you need to be. Now, of course, we're all kind of sharing these links these days. So, if I put you over the fence and got you to buy something, use mine. I mean, if you're watching one of Ryan's videos, use Ryan's. Wesley has product links. GB's got product links to, the stuff that he's flying. Just make sure that you're supporting the people that are getting you to click that buy button. Channel 6 flaps. Channel 6 flaps. You little bastard. Oh, that's funny. Yeah, guys, these links, when you use them, they don't cost you a dime. And it helps out these channels quite a bit. It helps us be able to get the stuff that we're doing for you now. A lot of the money that I've been spending that has come through contributions or super chats or proceeds from the small commissions from from affiliate links have kind of gone towards production value and ramping up production. So when I'm done with this AR637T series, we can start getting back to doing some flight reviews. And my hope is that these flight reviews start to kick ass. That we've got better video quality, better sound quality. We're able to keep our eye on the airplane better. I mean, there's been a bunch of different products and different things that we have bought, different things that I have made, that's going to be ramping up that production quality. And it's all thanks to the contributions from you guys. This is kind of like PBS, only we get no money. Everything is coming out of pocket. We don't get a government stipend. So all of the stuff that we do here is made possible from contributions by viewers like you, and we certainly appreciate your assistance, whether that is through clicking the product links that we have in the description, making contributions via PayPal, making contributions via Super Chat. It's all very much appreciated. It all goes right back into the channel, and we love you guys for it. So if you guys keep helping, we'll keep doing what we do. And like I said, we appreciate every bit of it. So thank you guys all very much. Now, one of the things that I, let's see, where did this go? Look at this guy. Kevin Trappin, thank you very much, man. I appreciate it, buddy. All right, I actually need to go to the video here because I need to look at my own description. There's some good stuff in the description today, guys. And also, if you weren't aware of this, I'll let you know now. I'll let you in on the big secret. Typically, the topics of the conversation that we're going to be having are going to be in the description of the video. So always make sure that you check out the description, even of the live videos, because they do have, some links. They've got a link to PayPal. They've always got a link to Horizon Hobby in there if you guys want to, buy something during the show, or you want to come back and you don't remember what the link was, to be able to support the channel. You can always come back to any of the live shows, and those links are going to be in there. Now, today we have a few things that I wanted to talk about. Daryl, good to see you. Victor Shamulus, how you doing tonight? So, I've got this little screwdriver. I'm shaking it around like, like, listen here, Sonny. So yeah, as far as new airplanes go, there's that new plane from Hobby King. Haven't seen it yet. Don't know what it is, but it's coming soon. And stay tuned to Just Custom RC to check that out. I also want to give a quick, this new plane that Horizon came out with, this ultimate biplane. Yeah, I mean, Horizon has I'd have to go back and look at everything that they've released this year. Most of it has been re-releases, and the ultimate biplane is no exception. But I do like it when they do these, re-releases, and they really make a lot of worthwhile changes to the model. So in the ultimate biplane, it's got faster servos, it's got a great paint scheme, it's all Metal Gear digital servos now. The airplane just looks like it performs fantastic, and it's all smart technology. So that's kind of what I like to see. If you're going to re-release an airplane, do some stuff on that airplane that's cool. That really is going to make it stand out from all of the rest of the iterations of that airplane from the past. And they aren't things that would have been, not necessarily easy upgrades, but upgrades that most people weren't going to make out of the box. So I really dig what they did with the ultimate biplane, and I think that that I may be trying one out here myself soon. Speaking of soon, everybody pay attention. On Wednesday, I believe that is the day. Let me check my calendar. Yes, Wednesday, July 1st, I have my suspicions that there will be a new big sale from Horizon Hobby. Stay tuned to the channel. I will definitely be doing a short video kind of announcing the sale, putting some links up for people to go and take advantage of those sales prices, and just kind of announcing, everything that's going to be on sale through Horizon for their 4th of July sale. Those are always exciting. I know that they're going to have a handful of products that are up to 15% off, and that's awesome, especially when we start getting into bigger ticket item planes. 15% off can be pretty substantial. Now, I haven't seen all of the planes that they're going to be putting into the sale for 4th of July. But, the one that I know they're going to have on sale is the Extra 300. So if you're a fan of the Extra 300, hold off till Wednesday, and you can pick that guy up at 15% off, which is awesome. Shadow. Those are pretty fun, man. A little bit of boomstick action. Yes, the AR-637T receiver. Yeah, you know, the higher up you get with prices, the more that 15% starts to look a little more sweet. In most cases, that 15% will be enough where you can pick up the plane and a battery for about the same price that you would have picked the plane up for. So, look for these sales and take advantage of them when they hit. So that's enough about the Ultimate Biplane and the Horizon sale. Be sure to stay tuned for that coming up this Monday. And now, that's enough for good news. Guys, let's get into some sad news. I'm going to take a little sip of, some hop soda. So, ignore me while I do a little bit of typing. So, I'll go ahead and share this. This was sad news that I learned about a couple of days ago. My condolences to the family of everybody that has ever loved the Commander MPD from Eflite. This was one of the best planes that Eflite has made in a long time, in my opinion. They've had a lot of great planes that were great for advanced pilots. They had a lot of great planes that were great for beginner pilots. They had a lot of really fast planes. They had some short takeoff and landing. They've had really great success with like the Timber. But in my opinion, the Commander MPD was one of those planes that, discontinued. You see it. There's the big fat discontinued banner. The Commander was one of those planes that, it was a lot of fun for both advanced and, and people that are looking for, a second plane, maybe a third plane, after like a T-28 or something. The Commander MPD was one of those planes that just performed so well. And I guess I'm never really shocked to see, Horizon discontinue something. If the sales numbers aren't there, they aren't there. But, excuse me. Say hi to Amy, everybody. The judge, indeed. There's the judge.
I'm good. A little tired.
So, the Commander MPD was one of those planes, though, that it was certainly a favorite of mine, and it still is. And I'm sad to see it, get discontinued. This was one of those planes. It was $199 for the bind and fly version of the model. It's gone out of stock several times recently, come back in stock, and it kind of gave me that reassurance, like, hey, maybe, maybe they're going to keep this thing around for a while. But it lived a pretty good life in terms of how long Horizon typically keeps planes that aren't like like favorites like Warbirds. So even with the Timberline, eventually they replace it with a new version. So what I'm hoping is that the Commander MPD, maybe they've got a new version coming out. Maybe they're going to do something with the Commander similar to what I have done, where they're going to give it that 4S power that it needed off the bat, and they're going to give it, all safe technology, and they're going to give it all those Metal Gear digital servos. They're going to do all the things to the Commander that make it really shine, for that more advanced pilot. But, rest in peace to the Commander MPD in its original form.
Aw.
It was an awesome airplane. It was a great run.
So you can't get it anymore, period?
You can't buy the whole airplane kit anymore, but you can buy the parts, right? So, if you've got a Commander MPD, I know that I'm going to be buying a new set of wings, a new set of horizontal stabs, and a new fuse, and probably a new landing gear. I mean, I've never torn it up, but I want to have some spare parts available so I can keep this plane up in the air for as long as I can. I've got a new decal set for it, so, enough spare parts where I can put together a new airframe if I need it. And hopefully I won't, but I'd like to have those parts available just in case. And I feel like now's the time, grab them while they're still hot, because they're going to go away. Ramsey Glass, that would be amazing. I would love to see them come out with a new version of the Commander MPD that has, all smart technology and is 3S, 4S capable right out of the box. That'd be great. Do something with it and make it. What are you doing? What were you doing?
I wasn't doing. I just read a comment. It's just. I'm sorry. Stop making fun of my dad.
Channel 6, little bastard. It's kind of a DC-3. Ray, I'm not sure. I mean, I don't. They give us affiliate links, but they don't give us sales numbers. Like, I don't know how well the Commander MPD sold, but I know that I've seen it go out of stock.
Much better to look at. I'm not feeling all that great today. I think I got the Rona, y'all. No, I don't.
You don't have the
I
Rona.
don't have the Rona.
Then we both got the Rona.
I don't have the Rona.
And the dogs have the Rona, and the cat's got the Rona.
Heat.
It's freaking hot out
outside, and I don't like it. I tried to get him in the pool today, and he turned me down. Refused.
Yeah, lap monkeys. That's it. Yes, that's exactly
They
what
are.
These are. And if these dogs aren't sitting on you, they are crying and begging,
following you around,
and like trying to hop up in the chair,
and
whatever.
She is actually sitting between two. She's sitting half on him.
What a horrible animal.
And half on
Hey.
me. What are you doing?
Sniffing. Checking IDs.
How would you feel if I sniffed you?
He don't care.
Huh?
He welcomes it.
Oh boy.
Shadow, see you, bud.
It's so humid. I mean, it's ridiculous. I can't. I love living where it's warm, but I don't like the humidity.
So here's the thing, right? With the Commander MPD, I've seen that plane
Hello.
go into a state of being sold out on several occasions in the very recent past. Like around the Christmas time frame. So, what I assume.
I used to take him to the store all the time, but I was in Hawaii, and then, I don't know, he was kind of like my comfort dog because I didn't really have a good time there. So he went everywhere with
What
me,
a baby.
basically.
So, and they brought them back in stock. So I assume that that the container of Commanders that they got in that January time frame was probably the last container that they got of them ever, and now they're gone. So
That's usually the one plane that he will always take when he goes. Is the
Oh yeah,
that one?
yeah. I always take the Commander everywhere I go,
It goes
and
everywhere he goes.
and thank you, Randy.
Thanks, Ryan.
Amy's fun.
I'd
I'd never give Dave money. Jeff in Lower Alabama, good to see you.
Hello.
So yeah, that's enough about the Commander MPD. Rest in peace, old girl. You know, I hope they bring her back someday in a new and better form, because it is a great airplane. For those of you that have one, you know what I'm talking about. For those of you that don't have one, sorry.
I mean, maybe they'll like.
Nate, how you doing?
Maybe they'll bring it back and get all the stuff.
Yeah, Mickey BRC, good to see you. Ping Pong, good to see you.
Hi.
The Sky Strain.
Hello.
All right, so yes, let's talk about this little airplane that's sitting behind me. This is...
Yeah, this is a pretty little airplane.
This is the Dynam C-47, the Sky Train, aka the Sky Strain, because the people in Dynam's marketing compartment, their marketing department can't spell very well, so they called it the Sky Strain. It was kind of, you can't really turn it.
I don't know.
So this is the SkyTrain V2 from Dynam. Now, I'll give some kudos to this airplane. The other Dynam models that I have put together have all come with some heartaches during the build process. This plane went together super smooth. There was one thing that I had to that I kind of had to fix, and that was the elevator control rod. The tube that the elevator control rod goes through had something in it that was kind of binding up the control rod, so I just pulled the control rod out and
no retracts.
Sanded it down a little bit.
It does not have retracts.
This does not have retracts. This is a very simple 4-channel airplane. It's only got aileron, elevator, rudder, throttle. It does have twin 1100 kV motors. It runs on 3S power. And on the 2200 milliamp hour pack, it actually runs really well. It's a fairly light model. It's a 1500 millimeter wingspan. It's actually like 1470 or something like that. But it's a pretty long wingspan because it's kind of a short bodied airplane anyway.
Into improv. She is awful. She follows me around everywhere.
So I mentioned that this thing. Some other interesting notes about this plane. There was only one thing that I had to put together. And by put together, I mean like put a screw into it or something like that. Otherwise, everything on this plane is glued together. What happened to pick? What pick? Yeah. So no retracts on this thing. And the entire model, for the most part, is glued together. So the wings glue together, the spar and the spar cover glue in place. So once you get the wings kind of glued together and the spar cover glued in place, you're not taking those wings apart again. The horizontal and vertical stabs both glue in. The servo horn that joins, or not the servo horn, but the control horn that joins the two elevator surfaces together is also glued into place. So that kind of sucks. Now, as Jeff in Lower Alabama mentioned, the one thing that's nice about it is that once you get all the parts glued together, there's a single screw that holds the wings onto the fuselage. So that's really nice. The there's like a nylon bolt and there's like a tongue and groove type of deal on the front part of the fuselage. So you insert that tongue and groove joint in and pop the bottom, or the aft, the trailing edge of the wing assembly up into the fuselage, insert that one nylon bolt, and that's all you got to do to assemble and disassemble the airplane, which is similar to how the which one was it? The FW-190 is built similar to that. So getting the wings on and off of the FW-190, getting the wings on and off of the C-47 are very similar. It's a very quick, breakdown if you need to get it in the car.
In the car.
In the car.
Get in the car.
Now, I mentioned that this is V2. Right? So typically when a company comes out with a V2 aircraft, it means that they come out with some new features and it's way better. Maybe they threw some new servos in it. Maybe now it's got retracts. No. The only difference between V1 of the C-47 and V2 of the C-47 is, does anybody want to guess? Anybody want to guess what makes this a V2 version? It's not paint. It's Jeff in Lower Alabama. That's one of them. It does have a steerable tail wheel now. The original one did not have a steerable tail wheel.
Just the paint.
Dennis Farley is correct. They now have counter-rotating props. So literally, they took off this propeller, put on a different propeller, and reversed 2 wires on the ESC V2. Counter-rotating props?
Oh.
Like, seriously? That's what makes this a V2? Like, and it doesn't, if you go by the book and you hook up the ESCs by the book, they're both going to be spinning in the same direction. So really, I had to swap the ESC wires. Not Dynam, but they give you 2 props, that are counter-rotating. So you're not going to get the torque steer that you would have gotten out of a Spencer Keith. Good to see you, bud.
Hey. You're
not going to get the torque steer that you would, or from 2 props spinning in the same direction, which is nice. If you're going to run a twin, you may as well run counter-rotating props so you don't have all the crazy motor torque and P-factor crap when you're taking off. But it's still got the same fixed landing gear. It's still, everything else about the model is the same. So I was kind of like, that's kind of cheesy. Now, something that Jeff in Lower Alabama mentioned, and I will say it again, the motor shafts on this bird. So most of the motor shafts that we see on these brushless motors are usually in the 4 and 5 millimeter size. The motor shaft is fairly substantial. On these guys, that motor shaft might be 2 millimeters.
How much is this?
I've got a caliper. I'm going to measure the size of the motor shafts. I believe this plane is 100. No, that's not right. I will look that up here in just a second. First, I'm going to measure the motor shaft on this plane. Because if you didn't hear it, if you didn't see it for yourself, you just wouldn't believe just how tiny the motor shaft is. I mean,
we haven't been trying to get in my
yeah, it's hot and then it starts thunderstorming and it's just weird.
The weather's really unpredictable right now, and there's a lot of nasty in the air.
I mean, the caliper says 3 millimeters. You guys may not be able to see that. Maybe you can. I don't know.
They say it flies great.
If you can see it, awesome. So it's a 3 millimeter motor shaft.
Indoor biplane.
but they're really
Thank
long.
you, George Watts.
And they're...
So what's an indoor biplane? Does that mean you can fly indoor? Yeah.
Those are indoor biplanes. So look, I have not gotten to fly it yet, but my understanding is that it's an incredibly well-behaved and great flying
We'll
airplane.
get some footage.
Yeah.
If I have to drag him by the ear,
yeah,
I'll take him out.
we're definitely going to be getting some footage. I've got at least 3 different airplanes that I need to make flight videos on. One being the Dynam P-47. And we had the bad bearing in the stock motor. I did get, actually in the same box that the C-47 came in, I got a new motor. That's why I don't turn. All right, so in the same box that the C-47 was in, the folks at Bitco threw in a new motor for the P-47. So we're going to be able to get the P-47 back out to the field and test that out with a new motor. They were kind enough to ship me the 650 kV motor instead of the 500 kV stock motor. So hopefully we're going to see a little more performance out of the P-47 too, which is going to be nice to have a little extra kick behind that plane, because the couple of what happened? Oh, Mike Keller, hello, sir. Yeah, so
modify the motor with new one. We're coming up where?
What?
I'm trying to go back on. Where?
What?
Are we coming at Jeff?
Oh. When are we coming up there? So Dustin,
I can't see nothing. Like seriously.
Like Raven Rock Machine and Aviation, who is Dustin.
Right.
And Jeff, who is Jeff's Custom RC. They both live up in the Raleigh, North Carolina area. And Dustin has my F-18. He's got I own a gray F-18 that Dustin has, and I need to go get it. It's up in North Carolina.
Where's that from?
How close is it to Asheville? I don't know. How close is Raleigh to Asheville? It's probably like 6 hours.
Oh, okay, never mind.
Yeah, we're gonna make it up there soon, Jeff.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to.
Is it 6 hours to Asheville? It's about 6 hours.
That's 3 and some change.
It's about 6 hours from Atlanta to Raleigh.
But to Asheville, it's about 3.
Oh, so Amy was not worried about the airplane. Huh? She was sitting here in her mind. She was thinking like, they're in North Carolina. So we have family in North Carolina. And she was wondering how far it is from Raleigh to Asheville, North Carolina, where we have family that lives in Asheville.
That's quite a haul. So, okay. Dang, I got some really bad traffic right now. Look at all that.
Raleigh's a big city. And people actually do things. But I don't think that's traffic you're looking at. That is the border of Raleigh. So if you cancel that, it all goes away. See, now it's not showing you the border anymore.
That's funny.
Yeah, that is.
Raleigh, Durham.
Yep.
That's quite a, well, I don't know.
It's about 6 hours from here.
Okay. I don't want to go.
You do not?
I do not. No, I mean, I don't want to go to Asheville.
Oh.
I was just wondering in comparison, like where it was.
Gotcha. Yep, so we're going to try to get up there soon, Jeff. I know that when we do come up that way, I want to...
Now, I've got to go to 10 before I start with the jobber. I'll never really get.
Right. I want to try to get up there and get some flying time with you and Dustin in. you know, if I'm going to be up there to pick up a plane and be ashamed to not get to fly with you guys, or at least hang out for a night or whatever, and then start heading back down to Atlanta. So we're definitely going to try to, you know, to make a little mini event out of that. And I got to bring the camera and set it up in the shop, man, and let you do some styling and profiling on the Air Marshal hair. We'll call you the Hair Marshal. We'll do it on Monday night, dude. We'll stream it and we'll call it Hair Marshal Mondays.
They're like they're protesting a little hometown. There's like 5 people out there.
Who cares?
I don't.
Claudio, good to see you.
They can do it.
Welcome to the show. So that'll be awesome, and I certainly look forward to getting to meet Dustin and Jeff when I go and pick up that F-18. And you know, I've talked with Dustin. He's gonna leave the battery tray mod that he did to the F-18. He's gonna leave it
My
in there.
hair needs some help.
Jeff does hair. He does ladies' hair. That's what he does.
Yeah, it needs some.
He says that he can do both of our hair at the same time.
At the same time?
And that way it really will be.
My hair's not been this short.
See, the ladies are his specialty.
I don't like it. Do not like it. Not like it. Green eggs. It's not been this short since like 2005 or 6.
All right, so like I was saying, the videos that I need to make, I need to make flight reviews on the C-47. I need to get the P-47 back in the air because, like I said, I've flown it like 2 or 3 times, but the motor's bad and I didn't want to run it anymore. I need to get this up in the air, and I also need to get some video footage of the MiG-29, which has flown a couple of times, but it has not flown for the camera yet. And I need to get some flight footage of the Commander MPD now that we have done all of the stuff with it, you know,
Do
with
I
the
have Indian. Yeah, my grandmother's like
Cherokee.
And then there's a lot of Cherokee. Most Cherokee and Italian.
Jeff, that's awesome. So Jeff's Custom RC. So I mean, you haven't met these people, but you know kind of who they are. So Dave's RC, who comes on Fridays every month.
Oh, yeah.
Dave's RC does a giveaway at the beginning of the first Friday of the month. He gives away a plane, and it's usually a pretty cool plane, you know, like a Commander or a MiG-29, or, you know, he'll give away a plane every month. Well, this past...
Was that when I was having problems with the pool? Was when you were doing that?
Yes.
I'm sorry, y'all. I was so not having a good night that night.
Yeah, Amy broke the pool, but it's okay.
I broke the pool. I just was, you know, I YouTube how to do it, and that's just not always a great idea.
That's what happens, Jeff. Yeah. Hey, look, there's my dad.
Hey, Dad.
So DAMLMM in the chat. That is
David
that's
Allen
Papa
and
Air
Linda
Marshal.
Murray.
You know, so now we've got Papa Ramsey, Papa Boozer, and now Papa Marshall.
Papa Marshall.
Hanging out in the chat with us.
We call him Papa.
So my dad, you know, he served in the Air Force for 20 years from, I think, what was it, 67 to 87. He served in the Air Force, and he was saying that some of his air evac training was in the C-47. So that's cool, you know, that now we have a model of the C-47.
You should teach your dad how to fly.
Yeah, and this can be his.
Yeah.
That'd be cool.
We could put Papa.
That would be cool.
Right on.
We can put some. We can get Callie to do a little.
Yeah.
A little, you know, Papa Marshall.
Absolutely.
Squadron badge.
Yeah.
You know, to slap on the side of the
I think
C-47.
that's a
That'd be
great
pretty
idea.
cool.
Hi, all the papas. Yes, thank you. Guys,
Yes.
he was in.
He was in Southeast Asia, Vietnam.
Oh, okay.
That's funny. So what's funny is all of the grandkids call him Papa.
Yeah.
So you know, I'm sure that that you guys referring to him as Papa won't hurt his feelings at all.
No, he's everybody's papa.
Yeah, we can put
Yeah,
a
we can put a little.
we can put a little pinup girl on the, you know, do some nose art on the C-47. Now I don't know
Or we
that
can take
the
a picture of your mom and put.
we can call it the Lulu.
Yeah.
Anyway, we can figure something out.
Papa G. Yeah, like.
We'll figure something out.
Yeah.
That'd be cool.
I think he would enjoy it.
At least just to have it in the house.
Or
You know, hang it on the wall or something. Because it does make cool art. Even if you never fly it, it makes cool art. So yeah, as long as we don't wreck it when we're making videos of it, we can do something like that. That'd be cool.
You're pretty good here.
Sober.
I've never. You don't go out to the field. Ever?
Never. Never.
I'm really sad they discontinued that plane. I'm not really understanding why. Maybe they're coming out with.
Right. So we've already talked about the C-47, so we kind of jumped around a little bit. But the next thing I want to talk about tonight is, and you know, we're pretty much right on time, so you know, I want to get through these next two topics, and then we can lead into Gooniac's show with a little bit of, you know, shucking and jiving and joking. But what I wanted to talk about is man, I just was looking at it and it's like whoosh, safe technology, right?
Okay.
Safe technology is widely known throughout this hobby as being something for babies, right? So not necessarily babies, but something that beginners use, and it's kind of a crutch, and you can never learn to fly with safe because it teaches you bad habits.
Wow.
Dang, that was rude.
Oh my gosh.
Sorry.
Apologize, Papa.
So
sorry, Papa. Okay, safe technology. Yeah, he does.
So
TikTok.
I'm not going to teach you guys safe because everybody knows, you know, what safe is.
Except for me.
So do you want to know what safe is?
No,
It's
just like.
Sensor assisted flight envelope.
I mean, so basically, it just prevents you from crashing.
It prevents you from going like
So it's
upside
like beginner
down.
mode on.
It's exactly what it
Okay.
is. So
All
like
right.
the beginner mode on the
Gotcha.
Apprentice is the sensor assisted flight envelope.
Okay, so what did you want to say about it?
Yes. So the reason I wanted to bring up safe is because you know, safe gets a pretty bad rap, especially amongst, you know, more skilled pilots, or you know,
and that would have probably made me leave the room. But okay, so go ahead.
And so amongst experienced pilots, even instructors, like I don't recommend, if you have an instructor, I don't recommend learning using safe mode. I don't recommend flying using safe mode, because it does teach you bad habits. I mean, you have to like hold the stick, to hold a specific bank angle. And that's kind of where the more correct name of self-leveling and angle demand come into play, where we demand a specific angle with the stick, and using kind of a synchro servo, error correction system, it banks until it reaches the end of the error signal, or the end of your demanded signal, and then it stops and it stays there. And if you let the stick go, it will go back to level flight. Now, that's great for people that are learning that don't have an instructor. And the reason that I bring it up today is not so much because I want to sit here and praise safe and tell everybody that they should be flying in safe mode, but I want to talk about a couple of instances too where I think that safe is absolutely brilliant, even for advanced pilots, right? Because there's a couple of airplanes out there that I would not recommend to a beginner pilot. Hell, there's a couple out there that I wouldn't even recommend to a beginner pilot, like the P-51, the Eflite P-51, for example. You do not need to be, trying to fly the Eflite P-51 if you're a beginner. It's just not going to work out well. Even as like a second or third airplane, I don't think that P-51 is going to serve you well. You really need to know, how to handle warbirds. Maybe as a second or third warbird, a P-51 would be good, but not as like, hey, let's go buy, this P-51 after I just got done training on The Apprentice. Terrible idea. The V900. V900, not a good plane for beginners. Probably not even a good plane for intermediate pilots. That thing is so fast and so wicked, you kind of need to know what the hell you're doing in order to be able to handle a V900. Any of the bigger jets, an Su-30 I would not recommend for beginners. Not even a first jet, that's a third, maybe fourth jet at best. But these are all coming with safe or safe select, and I think that a lot of folks, kind of get that twisted a little bit, and they're like, oh man, it comes with safe. That means that I can fly it. Stop
Maybe
it.
That's how they're selling so many of the
Stop
advanced
it.
flying planes.
Stop it. Just because it has safe doesn't mean that it's good for you. Now, I'll tell you, here's the two instances that I think that safe is absolutely brilliant. Right? Safe is brilliant for these little toss and boss airplanes. So like a V900, the F-15, and the F-16 64 millimeter planes. Safe is absolutely brilliant on those planes when I am in a position where I can take that plane, put it up the full throttle, and just toss it up. And that way I have time, because the airplane is going to want to pitch up and it's going to want to fly level, which means that I can just toss it out there at full throttle, get the thing to full tilt, let it build up some thrust and try to pull itself away from you, and then throw it. It's going to be gone, and it's going to stay nice and level, which gives you plenty of time to get back on the sticks, flip your safe off, go back to your normal flight mode, and take control of the airplane. So safe is awesome even for very advanced, very skilled pilots. Safe is awesome on the little toss and boss airplanes.
I think it would be awesome for any given situation on any given airplane.
For any airplane, safe is a good idea.
Well, I mean, it's good at this field because the parking lot is behind, but that don't mean I would not fly unless there's absolutely nobody else there.
Oh gosh. So that's one instance where I think that safe is awesome. Right? Another instance where safe is awesome, even for the most advanced pilot, is in the event that whether you lose orientation of the plane because it got too far away from you, or you lose orientation of the plane because you just can't see very well, you lose orientation because you flew into the sun, whatever the case may be, you know, you lose orientation, you flip on safe,
So you can
whoosh.
just flip it back on?
You know, the plane goes back level, you watch it fly out away from the sun, and you're like, there it is. And you already know that it's kind of you know that it's going to be upright. You don't know if it's coming towards or away from you, but it's very easy to regain orientation of an airplane that you have lost orientation of. Excuse me, by taking advantage of safe. A bug bites you, whatever. So these are other things where safe can come in super handy for even an extremely advanced pilot. You know, you don't have to be a beginner to be able to take advantage of what safe offers. You know, if you absolutely just can't stand the idea of using safe, this one last thing that I'm going to mention, I hope is enough to turn you around. So a lot of folks ask, hey, you know, I mean, Jeff, you're absolutely right. Safe does teach bad habits. And Mike, you hit the nail on the head there, right? The reason that I put up the AR636 series, the reason that I use the AR636 receivers and now the AR637T receivers is because they do something that other receivers cannot do. Other gyro combinations, they cannot do this feature. And this is the baddest of them all. On an AR636 and an AR637, I can fail safe to safe mode. Now, hear me out. You use an AR410, you use an AR620, you use any other gyro, you use any other receiver, any Futaba radio with no receiver, with no safe mode, the Admiral receivers with the built-in gyro, they can't do this. AR636s and AR637s can fail safe to safe mode. Now, what does that mean? That means that if I lose signal, the airplane goes immediately into self-leveling mode, whoosh, goes upright, and starts tracking. It cuts the throttle to 0, but it will keep that plane level all the way to the ground and attempt to minimize the amount of damage done in the event of a crash. Right? Now that's in a signal loss. If you have a brownout, right? So, you know, another big distinction here is brownout versus signal loss. Signal loss means the receiver and the transmitter are no longer communicating, but I still have plenty of power available in the airplane at the receiver level, right? So, at the receiver level. So if I've still got power to the receiver, I've still got power to all of my servos. That's not a brownout. That is a signal loss. And in the event of a signal loss, your receiver should go into fail-safe mode, which for most of us is all of the control surfaces are going to go,
or a deer.
All of the control surfaces are going to go to their neutral position, and that is the behavior for almost every receiver out there. The fail-safe is all of the control surfaces go to their neutral position, or you can go to like a preset. You know, say you kind of wanted to spiral right, you know, and just go into like a corkscrew and spiral down. When you get into a fail-safe situation, you know, you can set up presets. Like when you bind it, you bind it with the sticks kind of in the position that you want your failsafe to be in, and when it binds to the radio, it will remember what you had those sticks set to, or you know, they will stay in the last position that they were in. You know, so there's a couple of different ways to, you know, that receivers can respond to failsafe. But that's another reason that I use the AR636 and the AR637s. Now, the other AS3X only receivers, like the 7 and 9 channel AS3X receivers from Spectrum, do not have that feature, right? Because they are not safe capable. But the 636 and the 637 are safe capable, and you can you can make them fail safe to safe mode, which can save your plane. It will. I mean, say you're 5 feet off the ground and you go into failsafe. Well, 5 feet off the ground, I don't know if any of you guys have ever hit the panic button or whatever. 5 feet is plenty for for safe to to level that plane out, especially if you got the gains set high enough. 5 feet is plenty for safe to take over and get that plane righted and do something with it. 5 feet, if the control surfaces just stay in their last known position, is enough for your plane to go smash into the ground. 5 feet,
lower. Amy's looking at you.
That's funny.
I'm just like zoning out because I have no idea what you're talking about, really.
It does snap violently to level. Now, Wrights is right. Michael Wrightsy, you're correct. A tree doesn't care. A tree doesn't give a damn if you've got safe on or off. I mean, that is an absolutely true statement. The reason that I offer all this up is that I've had a couple of situations where I've gone into a signal loss, and in the airplane, I may be in a bank or whatever, and the airplane will snap, and then, I'll be like, what the heck is happening? It'll snap level, and then I can go back into my bank when I regain signal. I may lose signal for a few seconds.
We've seen a dude lose signal in his plane night.
Yeah, just absolutely smash, right? So
he wasn't upset about it either. I would have been really upset about it.
No, he wasn't upset about it. Now and that's one of those things that I really enjoy. John T, how you doing tonight, sir?
That's where they filmed some of the.
I don't have any idea where they filmed Harry
Lord
Potter.
of the Rings there.
I don't know what they filmed in New Zealand.
It's really pretty.
So let's go.
Okay. Whenever the Rona goes away.
All right. So that's my pitch, tonight for the AR-636 and the AR-637. Yeah, they're a little more expensive, but they can absolutely be the insurance policy that you need to keep your plane from going in the event of a signal loss situation. So
I would so not be able to do that.
So if it's Dumb Thumb, Dumb Thumb is.
I'll do it.
No. I'm drinking this one. Oh. There's still burr in there. I mean barley pop.
Barley pop?
Yeah. Pop soda.
Oh yeah.
So
the oldest brewery.
The Hobbit. What Hobbiton Village movie set is at his town?
When am I gonna fly the Bigfoot? Hopefully soon.
I'd love to have her fly the Bigfoot.
I have some learning to do.
Yeah.
He's been teaching somebody else for the last
barley pops.
2 weeks. Oh God, they're everywhere. I don't like makeup.
So, yep, that's my pitch for AR-636 and AR-637. Safe mode is not just for beginners. It is also handy for advanced pilots, and it comes in very handy in the event of a signal loss. Now,
degree perpendicular to ground is not the properly altitude.
So somebody.
He didn't know how to set up the safe mode, and it went.
So Claudio asks, do you have some recommendations to avoid signal loss? And my answer is absolutely. So the number one thing to do to avoid signal loss, and this is just my opinion, is if you're still running a Gen 1 Spectrum radio, get rid of it and get at least a Gen 2 Spectrum radio. So if you're still running like a DX7 or a DX8 Gen 1, DX6 Gen 1, get rid of them. The ones that had the single antenna that came up and they bent. Now, I'm not saying get rid of it because it's a crappy radio, but it's only a single antenna, right? The newer Spectrum radios have what's called a diversity antenna, where one antenna goes up and the other antenna is in the back of the handle, and they are in a cross. So when they transmit in all directions, right? And the amount of transmission area is greatly expanded.
Same as RC.
Right? So having a diversity, having diversity antennas on
makes you puke?
What?
I'm just reading comments.
Oh. Hot shaming.
Huh? I don't shame hot.
No, she don't.
I don't. I think that's much better than thinking. Some people don't like.
So
did not know that about the newer radio.
I don't have.
You want me to grab one?
Oh, there's one right over there.
What color?
The orange and black one.
Hold on.
Yeah. So the older Spectrum transmitters. Now, of course, I'm only speaking about Spectrum right now, not necessarily FR Sky or whatever, but strictly like Spectrum radios. So the older radios that had the single antenna that could bend over and they had a metal handle, that single antenna that came up was the only antenna on the radio, right? On the newer Gen 2 and higher radios, you've got like a little nub antenna that comes out of the top, and you've also got a plastic handle. Inside that plastic handle is a second antenna in addition to the main antenna that comes up here, right? So you've got one that's picking up waves coming from this direction and another one picking up waves in this direction, and it works much better. It's a much more reliable and
yeah, it's much more reliable. Can I do this?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a much more reliable system, and will keep.
I can hold it. I'm not gonna drop it.
That's okay.
Probably
that way we don't have to hold it. So, yeah, having diversity antennas in your transmitter. Yeah, yeah, right.
We've had like 75 vacuum cleaners, 25 hair dryers.
Yeah, at least.
I almost had to buy a new pool pump last Friday.
Yeah, it's all right. So, a diversity radio.
We have a question. Am I wrong in thinking just the bare ends of the receiver antenna need to be 90 degrees?
No.
As well?
Barry Campbell, you are absolutely correct. And it's also important to understand the difference between the types of antennas that you're looking at. So, yes, the bare ends, and they'll be about 30 millimeters. I think it's like 32, something like that. But there's about 30 millimeters of antenna, that are coming out of like the ends of like the little whip antennas that come out of a receiver. That little bitty end is the only part of the antenna that's actually receiving anything. Everything else is inside of a coax shield, right? So you're not going to be able to, to really see it anyway. Now, for the ones that are just like the very, they're just like a little short gray antenna, that actually is the antenna. So, the suggestion that you want those to be 90 degrees from each other as well is also absolutely correct. Anytime you've got the little antenna ends inside your airplane, you want those to be 90 degrees of separation as well, even on receivers that have, signal diversity.
The length of the air. Okay, so if it is.
Oh, there you go, 28.4 millimeters. Has no black nub. Oh, yeah. So, Mike, that's the difference between like an AR636A and a 636B. So your new V900 probably has an AR636B in it that no longer has that little antenna amplifier at the end. But the 636 and the 636A do have that same thing. What are you doing?
I'm gonna
Oh, you can like type in the chat in there.
no, it's not highlighted. Oh wait. Wait, how do can I not just click that and go to it?
What?
Isn't that not right? I'll just type it in.
Anyway, so yes, your antennas that are on your receiver need to have 90 degrees separation, and they also need to be about 2 inches away from each other, 2 to 3 inches away from each other. Now the other thing.
Is this the right one?
Yes.
Okay, I'm gonna subscribe.
Cool.
I just subscribed to Jeff's Custom RC to help him try to get his.
Yes.
Wait, do I do okay. Alright, so I gave you a sub, Jeff's Custom. If anybody else needs one, I can give you one.
So Barry Campbell, it can be straight vertical, it can be nose to tail, it can be side to side. I don't think that I can show you. Yeah, I can't get this one apart, but
oh, he's so close.
Can I get?
What do you need? What do you need?
The V900. Well, let me see if I can show you inside the V900 how I've got my antennas. Probably not.
Why am I here? This is a cute little airplane. But it is so fast. It's incredibly
this thing
fast.
Absolutely rips.
I couldn't keep up with
so
it. I lost it.
On this one, I've got an AR636. And I've got one antenna that's running down the fuselage this way, and the other antenna runs up and down the side of the fuselage here. So yeah, on this one, there's one going nose to tail, and there's one going, kind of vertical. As long as they are, kind of making a T with each other, like one's going this way and one's going this way, or up and down, side to side, front to back, even diagonal in some cases, it really doesn't matter. And
yeah, y'all, Jeff's Custom RCs were really close to having that 1,000, so pop over and help him out.
Yeah, guys.
He's got 967 because I just subbed. I don't know if it shows it.
Now he's got 968.
Wait, hold on. Let me refresh that and see what it says. Oh, you got 970 now. What?
There you go.
Raise the roof.
Pop a squat, baby.
Yeah.
Wait, what?
Just stop doing that. Ah. He's got some pretty cool,
I got all my kids
stuff
to sub to
on.
Jeff's Custom RC. That's what I'm talking about, Robert Ortnett.
Yeah.
Get your mama to subscribe to Jeff's Custom RC too.
Like if anybody else needs a sub, just hit me up. I'll do it. Keep them away from the light.
Yep.
Bow
So the battery can block the signal.
The signal.
I have heard that keeping them near a big bundle of servo wires can cause interference too. I've never personally experienced that, but putting them near the battery can absolutely cause problems. So yes, John T is also correct. Now the same thing when you're using remote receivers. So let me grab my little bag of goodies here and pull. Let's see what I got in my bag of goodies.
I don't know how to tell if this is right first. I really need to get on here and send to all you guys, but there's so much other stuff I got going on. So I can't even keep up with my own crap.
These may not be the right.
Just hit me up. You can friend me on Facebook and say, "Hey, I need a sub, bitch." I'll be like, "All right."
I got you.
I got you.
All right. So these are like little remote satellite receivers. Now these are old DSM-2 satellites, but that doesn't matter. All right. So
These are cute.
you want these little satellites to be, kind of oriented in the same direction. Now you'll notice with these satellites, they've got two antennas on them, but both of the antennas are kind of coming out in the same direction. Kind of like the little ghost thing on the Ghostbusters, right? It started in and went.
Oh wait, did I? I think I already subscribed to him. I know.
Probably.
I know I am. Make sure.
Right. So these little guys, when you're positioning these remote receivers, you kind of want to do the same thing, right? So you want them to be,
Right?
you want them to have like some separation. Yep, that's
right.
the one. Yep.
Yeah, I think I'm already subscribed.
Yep. So you want there to be some separation between them, and you want them to be 90 degrees opposed from each other. So if you got one going,
channel 6, I don't know,
like front to back, and you have another one, you want this one going like side to side, right? So this one could even be like this, as long as they're 90 degrees opposed from each other. Now, in my case, I've got one of.
I didn't mean it.
I've got one of my.
I call myself that, but pretty sure other people have called me that.
It's okay.
I'm good.
I've got one of my airplanes where I've got a 9-channel receiver, like this one, is in there. So I've got these two antennas that are 90 degrees opposed from each other. And then I've also got two satellites, and one of those is 90 degrees opposed, and the other one is like 45 degrees opposed from those. And they're on like front and back of the airplanes. Now with these, anytime I've got like remote, like one of the bigger receivers with remote receivers in there with the remote satellites, man, I never have dropouts with those things. But I know people that have, and I think that a lot of that is caused mine.
No, it reminds me of the movie Twister. You know those little things?
Oh yeah, the Dorothy things.
Yeah.
So I know people that have, and when we were at Jet Jam, there were some people that had signal issues, and I looked inside their airplane, and I was like, "Your antennas are positioned all wrong." Like, what? Like, come on, man, you didn't know? I'm the Spectrum dude. I can help. But I can't help you.
Have little guys, do you need little women?
Yeah, like I can't help if you don't take the recommendations, right? If you're just like, oh, that Dave guy's full of crap, I do what I want, then I mean, if you wreck your plane,
do what I want.
I tried.
I do what I want.
I tried, homie.
When you have little guys, do you need little women?
Where are you seeing this?
Oh, it's done gone now. We have kids, but not together. Is that what?
Yeah. So, okay. John T,
my daughter is like fall.
I absolutely believe that. I absolutely believe what you're saying, John T, that 95% of dropouts are due to antenna placement, whether that antenna is sitting under the battery or, I mean, there's a lot of different reasons that you can have dropouts. And, when people are jerks and they say something to the effect of, that airplane loss was due to pilot error, I would consider improper placement of your antennas to also be pilot error. Just saying, and it's one of those things where it's completely avoidable if you understand how the transmitters and the receivers work, and you take advantage of what you have available to you, and you don't mess it up.
Is super important and very effective, and that's what Guniac said. So it has to be.
It's absolutely
correct,
effective.
He's a pretty smart dude. All these guys are really smart. Antennas are in the clear.
Matthew Shalowski says The receiver manuals even tell you to do them to 90 degrees. The receivers come with manuals? What?
A lot of people don't read. Like, I know when I get
people
something
don't read
and
the
it has
manual.
instructions, I don't.
They come with a manual?
Read them.
They come with what? Shut up. I ain't never seen no manual with a receiver. The last receiver I came with 2 manuals.
Dave needs more beer.
2.
Yeah.
It came with 2 manuals.
Is this one
And
not
I read
gone
both.
Yet? You usually have like 5 by now.
I'm getting into this conversation tonight, man. I'm getting into it, and I'm putting out the info. Ha!
2 was folded wing. 2 was folded. We don't need no stinking manual. That's right. But your phone channel had 2 on it.
Yeah. Yeah, so my 9-channel spectrums have 2 satellites.
Dave he's not drunk yet. Wait, are you?
No.
He's only had like 1, 2.
And a half.
Oh.
1.5.
I have 1.5 and I'm like
more drinking and less thinking. That's what I'm saying, deuces.
I don't know. It gives me a really
Damn.
bad headache.
You know, all y'all people are like throwing the freaking crap at me now because I've had like a beer and a half just because I ain't been drinking that. Man, hell no. Man, we're going lightweight.
He's calling probably me a lightweight because I can.
Like, don't make me have to party.
Oh.
Man, I'm always swaying flaps.
He's not one of those. He's like a happy drunk though. Like if he wasn't, I would not take it as much. But he's like a super happy drunk person. Everything's funny.
Everything is funny.
And but you get those people that are getting drunk and they start crying.
Oh man, or they get like or so they get
mad. Belligerent, or you try to take their keys away from them and they start trying to fight you and stuff. I have babysat people like that before. It's super annoying. I just don't even like it. Oh, thank you.
So, Greg Rowland.
You demand.
Thank you for the PayPal, sir. I appreciate it, even though that was an hour ago. And we already said thank you to Robert Turner. Thank you to George Watts.
Yes,
who did a super chat earlier. Thank you to Kevin Trappin for the super chat. Thank you to Randy.
Your dog don't love you
for the super chat. You guys are awesome. Pilot Ryan, I am totally looking forward to seeing those because the more I see that little Jeep, the more I like it.
Ooh, somebody has a Jeep, a remote control Jeep.
Yeah, it's a little. Your lip quivered a little bit when you.
Oh, I want to see that.
I want a Jeep. It's like a World War II style Willys Jeep, cool. Like all green, like MASH.
I don't like the new one.
It's like a MASH style.
I like the old ones. Like.
Yeah.
Now I'm painting it green and then put like.
That was funny.
I could put.
Skies took my drone.
Oh no! Skies took your drone. Hello.
Welcome to the show. I don't know if I've seen you before, but
I will watch your unboxing.
Thank you for coming.
1.5. She took my drone. 1.5 was 8 hours ago.
So here's the last topic of the day, and then we can just BS. I mean, we've kind of been BSing the whole time.
Radar. Yes. We need to have radar as the driver.
We do need radar.
I love radar.
As the driver. Okay.
What is that? Does that always come up? Okay. It looks like something from my bank.
No, this is...
Oh, dude.
All right,
I say
guys.
that every time I see this, too.
So, I got an interesting email from I'll do a beer a beer brewing video.
Oh yeah.
I will brew beer. Burr.
You gotta clean out all those bottles.
I do have to clean out some bottles.
All of them.
All them bottles. Oh, that's fine.
They're not really that great.
Kind Corner, good to see you.
Hi.
Roach Coach Hellies.
Yo.
How you doing tonight?
What's up? I love Radar. He's my favorite character on that show.
You had me at beer. So
Justin Youngblood said he got the same email.
Yep. I got an email today from our happy friends at the FAA.
They're not very happy. They're not being very happy. Nobody's being happy, and everybody needs to be happy.
Well, here's what I wanted to point out, right, is Claudio, yes, every Monday at 8 p.m. Eastern Time, and I also have a little bit of another announcement that we'll get to after the segment about the FAA. So, yeah, screw the FAA. So,
are they having
So they're having an FAA.
They're having sessions. Right? Somebody's coming in my house.
I believe I believe that'd be our kid.
Is that you?
Yep, the dogs don't mess around, man. If the door starts moving, they run. They're afraid of nothing.
Alright, I'll be right back.
Okay. So the dog, my son came home, man. You know, he works at night, and he just got back from work, and he came through the front door, and the dogs go ape shit. Yeah, man. Dave's RC, what is going on, brother? Hey, Dave's RC. Hey, earlier tonight, I had just finished my dinner, and I was like, man, it's hot. I could really use something to cool me down right now. And then I remembered that I had ice cream sandwiches, and I went and I had me one. And I thought of Dave's RC as I'm like, just biting in. And then I went to the bathroom, and I smiled, and I saw my teeth with all the brown graham cracker stuff all over them. And it reminded me of when I used to be on submarines, and all the brown stuff. Wait a minute. I shouldn't tell those stories on live YouTube. I shouldn't tell those stories. So, anyway, the FAA has an FAA UAS symposium on July 8th and 9th, and another one on August 18th to 19th. Now, here's where I take a little bit of silver lining in this email from the FAA. And if you notice the last email, now I don't have that one right at my fingertips. I just have this email that was sent out today. The email that was sent out about a month ago, maybe a little longer, specifically had the words drone in it for the first time that I have seen from the FAA. Up to this point, they have clumped everything together, and they've called them all UAS. Now they say, are you in the drone business or have a passion for flying drones? They're saying the word drones. It's not a cuss word anymore to them. They're using the word drone, and they're still using the term UAS.
What is UAS?
Which to me
says that y'all aren't affected by.
Kind of gives me the idea that they are going to differentiate between. So UAS is all inclusive, and drones is where they're gonna stick the freaking poker in the butt. I really hope, that my reading between the lines is true. I could be completely full of crap, but I'm trying to be, cautiously optimistic here that them saying the word drone is significant. You know, that they are shooting, you know, they are putting it down. Like there are drones and there are UASs. UAS is unmanned aerial system and it includes everything. And we're going to regulate the shit out of drones. I hope that's what I'm seeing here. I really want that to be the case.
Seeing, I'm sure you're going to point it out to them.
Oh, absolutely. And that's why I'm going to be, you know, jumping in on these FAA UAS symposiums. I mean, I think they're all going to be virtual. And I want to see what they have to say.
Everything's virtual.
Because if UAS and drone are two different terms to them,
yeah. It's like they don't. It's almost like you guys know more.
You know,
about this
that
than
would
they
make
do.
me happy. Now, I get it, GB, and everybody, you are all correct. The ones that are saying there is no difference, to the FAA prior to like a month
but
ago.
He's gonna pick it apart.
Right, because
and
I'm
make
an
it
engineer.
Work for him.
And I was on nuclear submarines, and somehow we can make 1 + 1 = 47.
So.
You know, so.
He'll try.
We'll read between the lines, and we will make the best out of a crappy situation.
Okay, so what are they saying in general? Like, you guys can't fly your planes anymore?
No. Everything right now is just proposals. But
why would they even suggest that to be an option?
What,
that you can't fly remote control airplanes anymore? Like, what in the hell is
they're
happening?
stupid.
This is absolutely ridiculous.
Because Amazon wants a chunk of the airspace.
I don't give a shit what.
Yeah, we
Jeff
really
Bezos
don't care
wants.
what Jeff Bezos
Doesn't
wants.
he have
He's
enough
got
money?
$80 bazillion.
No kidding. Like, you can't have the airspace to. God.
Hey, what is ball money? Oh, bail money. I was like, we will save up on ball money. I'm like, that's my kind of money right there. Put that on my ball. Wait, what?
Do what?
I like
that.
Kick
you in your balls because I will.
I love that kind of money. Wait, what? James Fuel, who just made a contribution via PayPal. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
He loves balls, do you?
$15. We love you. Thank
Did
you.
Use that new toothpaste?
What new toothpaste?
That I got from my thing.
No, I put Crest in my mouth.
Really? What?
That's because I use Crest.
Oh. No, I was just asking if you used that new stuff I got.
Jermaine, it didn't make a lot of sense to me anyway. You know, I'm sitting here looking at it. I'm like, the hell is ball money?
Bail money.
The hell is
you know
ball
that thing
money?
I tell you to make sure you have when I go to Tennessee?
It might not. Yeah, no 30% to YouTube. Listen, if y'all want to make a contribution to the channel and you don't want to give 30% to YouTube, which might get me kicked off of YouTube just for saying that.
Don't they have enough money?
Then you can always make your contributions via PayPal.
Anything in the search
and the URL is in the ticker that goes across the bottom of the screen all the time.
Do have money.
And there's also a link.
I was a baller.
Yeah, me too.
A shot caller.
And there's also a link in the description where you can send contributions directly via PayPal. And we really appreciate
Amazon really think they're gonna
all contributions.
They're not gonna deliver a packet.
There ain't no damn package that's getting delivered to my house.
Guess they could,
Here's what it takes, right? One kid getting their neck cut by a blade of a fucking quadcopter.
Oh, jeez. Why would you go there?
Because that's where it's gonna go. That's what's gonna have to happen to make the bullshit stop, right? You know, like those things are gonna kill a kid or kill a pet,
break a window,
or break a window, or crash into a car, or something crazy.
Like somebody's gonna make a mistake, and it's gonna be bad, and then I don't know.
Exactly. You know, and I apologize for like dropping F-bombs and stuff, but that's where it's gonna go, and that's when the crap is really gonna hit the fan.
Well, I mean, but they've got
And then they're going to be
billions of
like, you know what,
dollars
them
at their
drone guys ain't
disposal.
so bad. These Amazon guys who ain't got control of nothing are really tearing the place.
No.
Because those are truly going to be autonomous. There's not going to be somebody controlling those. I'd rather have somebody flying an FPV drone long distance over my house who at least is watching through some goggles than have one of them damn Amazon fully autonomous drones
That's
flying over my
scary.
house.
That's
Hell
like,
no.
that is crazy.
Get that thing out of my
Well,
freaking...
just like the
Get out of my yard!
Does the general public
Get off my yard!
Does the
Sorry.
general public even know that this is what they're trying to do?
I don't know what the general public knows.
I'm just saying, I don't like that. The second some stupid drone hurts some child, I'm gonna be mad. I don't know, it's stupid. I don't
Yeah, so signal hacking, you know, people.
Oh, okay, I do.
People with crazy, yeah, pull. Hanger 51, you are exactly right, Kenny. Give me my damn 12 gauge pump and let's see how far that Amazon drone gets past here. I mean,
yeah, because like, what if they
I
have
will
a
blow that
camera on
biatch
it?
right out the sky.
I mean, they have to know that people are gonna do that. It's like they're trying to have control over everything, and now the freaking sky. I'm moving to Australia.
I'll take that package and I'll take your drone.
I'm moving to New Zealand because you
Because,
actually have freedom.
Jeff,
there
you know them
probably.
drones are going to have some badass brushless motors
We're
in them,
gonna
dude.
so get kicked off.
We're going to have some badass brushless motors. I mean, they're carrying like 20, 30-pound packages. Them bitches probably have like some 250, 300 kV, like some big fucking fist size brushless motors in them. Man, let me put one of them in a big old P-51. We're going to be screaming.
Oh no, I'm lost. Stop. He's pissed about
Who? Why? It's fine. So, yeah, right, new shooting game. Because as far as I'm concerned, I own, if there is ungoverned airspace that exists, there is ungoverned airspace that exists over my property.
No,
and if
I don't think so. I don't
Yeah,
think that's
there
how
is.
that works.
It absolutely is how that works. Like property law, I own a column of air that extends from my property line up to like 300 feet. And if that bitch comes within 300 feet over my house, I'm going to call that motherfucker a trespasser.
See, that didn't count on Generation X submariners and military. Like, they didn't count on you guys being like, oh, hell no.
Is it to 400 feet or is it 300?
Probably right.
I own some portion of the airspace directly over my house. I know that that's true.
Is it 300 though?
I think it is. 40 feet above cannot be true because some houses are taller than 40 feet tall. I think it's either
Maybe
3 or 400.
Maybe it depends on how tall your house is, from the bottom to the top, and then whatever 40 feet over that. I don't know. All I know is if I see some creepy shit flying over my house, I'm probably gonna like not like that. I don't care. I wish it was like 1985 still, kinda. I didn't have to worry about that shit then. Everything was so much easier.
It was so much easier.
We didn't have cell phones or nothing like that. We just
But
rode
we did.
our bikes and we just
Here's the thing: we
didn't
did
give
ride our
crap.
bikes, but man, we've been playing with remote control airplanes since the 50s. You know, and ain't nobody reckoning it.
Yes, exactly.
Punks.
I just want to be a kid again, man. This is. I feel sorry for our kids that are growing up and are.
So, Robert Ortleb, if that's true, I also know that it is a true statement that I own all of the trees in my property. And I have trees that are like 200 feet tall in my backyard. So, would they be considered the tallest structure?
I don't know. I'm not.
Man-made or natural? So anyway, we got
way down off. Like, I don't even know where we went.
Yeah,
down that
just
rabbit
custom
hole.
RC. I hope that we are getting close to that 1,000. That would be awesome. What am I
It's
looking at?
946.
What?
It's 946.
Oh, okay. So yeah, there you go, Kenny. We need to just build a 400-foot house because I am pretty sure I own more than 40 feet above the tallest structure. You know, and if that's true, I'm just gonna put a fucking 300-foot pole in my yard. So anyway, if you're not subscribed to Just Custom RC, head over, subscribe to Just Custom RC, subscribe to Gooniac, get all these guys up to 1,000.
Yeah.
Oh.
Seriously?
Get all these guys up to 1,000 subs because they all deserve it.
I apologize if any of no, I don't apologize. I think it's
absolutely, let's get Ray there too.
yeah.
Also, we're getting pretty close to Ray's show, so we're gonna start winding things down here a little bit.
Yeah. What?
Well,
hate
Mike, the
technology.
reason that, and that's the reason that we're not supposed to go above 400 is to allow for altitude separation between RC aircraft and the minimum freaking floor that a general aviation aircraft is supposed to go to, which is 500 feet. Most general aviation aircraft are sitting at around 1,500, even when they're in their pattern. 500 is low, even for a Cessna. Like, it is uncomfortable flying at 500 feet. So, you know, go figure. Cat. And now the cat's down here.
Cat.
The
The
dogs
hanger
are
cat
gone,
is
but the
here.
yeah, now the hanger cat
Hey, hanger cat.
is here.
Yeah, come here.
He's out.
So much.
We got all the animals
My
making.
baby.
We got all the animals making guest appearances on the
This
show
is
tonight.
one of the coolest cats. Our other cat, Addie, is cool too. He's so loved, so loved. Okay, so.
Oh, so I got all the things out that I wanted to talk about. You know, we talked about the FAA, we talked about the C-47, we talked about SAFE, we talked about the Commander MPD getting discontinued, which is like that like you bring a tear to my eye. Horizon Hobby, you make me so sad. Discontinue my favorite airplane. More truckers.
I think that's all I wanted to talk about. With that being said, we'll
and the
wind it down.
ultimate biplane, which I think
yeah.
that anybody that likes biplane should buy the ultimate biplane. And if me saying that is what convinced you that buying the ultimate biplane was a good idea, then check the description for a link to Horizon Hobby and buy you one today, fool.
Yeah.
Also,
I mean, dude, because if you want an airplane, I guess that's like the best way to do it.
Horizon got you covered. They got all of them.
Well,
They got FMS, they got Eflite, and I mean,
they've got all the planes.
They don't really have all the airplanes.
Well, I mean, they have a lot.
Did Dave just send me some money?
And the elite ones are.
Dave Garrett. Man, you guys are awesome. So Dave's RC just sent me some toilet paper money. You were the man. So listen, guys, here in about 10 minutes, actually it's going to be about 25 minutes because Gooniac goes on about 15 minutes after 10 o'clock Eastern, about 10:15 Eastern. So make sure you tune into Gooniac's show. Give the man some love. Subscribe to his channel. Tomorrow night, make sure that you tune into Fight Club. I think tomorrow night might be on Raven Rock Machine and Aviation's channel. Either way, go to Just Custom RC, go to Raven Rock Machine and Aviation, watch Flight Club, and subscribe to their channels because they're awesome. Say hi to the Hanger Cat. He's bad.
He doesn't ever mess the airplanes up. Like, he weaves in and out of them.
He's about to mess one up right now.
Nah, he's
I'm
not.
just kidding.
Get your butt out of my face, though. Really?
He wants you to. He wants you to look him in the eye.
Okay,
Look
let's
me in
not
the
forget
eye.
who's on tomorrow night.
Oh, tomorrow night, Flight Club, Raven Rock Machine and Aviation, or Jeff's Custom RC. Either way, subscribe to both of their channels and hit the notification icon so you know which channel it's coming on tomorrow, because I honestly don't know. If Jeff's Custom RC is in here, he knows. Wednesday night.
Just ask somebody.
Channel 6 Flaps sometimes with Ethan RC, who comes on and leads right into Hump Day RC with GB Linden. And then Thursday night is our man Kenny. Sometimes we have lead-ins on Thursday nights if there's a new release from Horizon Hobby by our good friend Pilot Ryan, who'll do like a special release show on Thursdays on Fridays.
Wait.
Oh, Kenny, there was something that I wanted to talk about. On Fridays, sometimes we have Farmer Man, sometimes we don't, but we always can depend on Dave's RC, kicking it up live with Total Line every Friday night. So make sure you subscribe and
hit the button, ding the bell.
Turn on your notifications for Dave's RC so you know when he goes live on Friday nights for the best giveaways on all of YouTube. Next is Saturday nights, where our main man, Pilot Ryan, comes on every Saturday night with the RC Pilots Lounge.
If you have him on speakerphone, or where I can hear it, I'm just like in the background laughing.
You know, me and Ryan get into some spirited conversations when we're talking on the phone, and it's just us. Stuff that we can't get away with saying on fucking YouTube.
Hey,
wait, what?
It's okay. Not that we care. I mean...
Oh, that's funny.
We're gonna
anyway,
get kicked off, but it's alright. Okay.
Sunday is our good buddy, the Merry Boozers.
Merry
All right.
Boozers.
After... Boop, boop, boop. After Flight Club...
I need to write this down.
AFC. Mike
Or
Keller.
turn on my notifications.
Mike Keller comes on after Flight Club every Tuesday night. So be sure to check out Mike Keller and what he's doing after Flight Club. AFC, right? Funny name. All right. And there used to be another one. Can't remember. Randy,
Yeah.
our man, Randy Huffines comes on. The Bear Huggling Wrestler. He's awesome.
He is.
Make sure you jump on and talk to Randy, because that guy is
Everybody's
he's
really
got
cool.
the driest sense of humor, but man,
He's
that's
so
a funny dude.
I get it though. I'm like, ha ha.
He's like from the deep woods of Tennessee, and he'll be like, man,
He's awesome.
I love Randy. I love watching that
Yeah,
guy.
we do need a schedule. Like, I need. Y'all,
Hanging
send me a
51 is
schedule.
talking about what happens after Flight Club.
Everybody send me a
After
message
Flight
and
Club,
tell me
somebody
what-
might be rolling joints. Just saying.
It's legal in some states,
It is.
which really
So,
sucks for me.
That
but
gives me 5 minutes to make a special announcement, and I'm going to start putting links in the descriptions of the live shows. So if you ever need the link, actually I'll put it in all of my future videos.
Oh,
On, look at Just Custom RC, 1999 Super Chat.
thank you.
Mm.
That was cool.
Thank you, Just Custom RC. Thank you for being you, good sir.
He's pretty cool too.
Because Just Custom RC, what a cool dude. Best hair in all of RC. Way better than this silver crap.
I know.
I mean, can you even see that? That is so
I
shiny.
just gotta cut
It's
it.
like creating like
Then dye it.
there's
if you
like
don't
a
like
sun ring in the camera. There's a halo around my head from how bright my hair is.
We can do something about that.
Thanks,
though.
buddy.
Hey, should we gray blend his hair? Tell him like
We're not gray
scared,
blending
though,
a damn thing.
Because then like I'll lose you because
We're
girls will
not
be
gray
chasing you.
blending nothing.
I love it. If you don't know
And Mike
it,
Pence stunt double. Hey, you know what? Freaking Ryan is right. Mike Pence stunt double. You're right.
do you look
I
like
do kind of look like that.
You don't
dude.
look like Mike Pence.
Well,
you
I'm
look
not
like-
throwing gay people into concentration camps
What?
either.
Okay.
I'm just kidding.
Oh, did he say that really? I don't know. No, you
I
look
don't know.
like that guy. Remember that did the show, like the talk show. What was his name? It was like a political talk show.
What?
But it was on the Comedy Central.
Oh, no. You're thinking of Jon Stewart. Some people have said I look like freaking Anderson Cooper. I'll kick them in the ding ding.
You do not look like
Anderson Cooper. Whatever. The Daily Show.
Yeah, Jon Stewart. That's what I'm talking about.
Oh, look at this. RCU next Tuesday. That's awesome.
That's pretty clever.
RCU next Tuesday.
I like that.
I love the name. Welcome to the show. Sadly, we only have a few minutes left. But here's the big announcement, the special announcement for the night. I am going to start regularly hosting an RC YouTube community Zoom session, right? You guys have heard of the Zooms. This is an official announcement that there will be it will be scheduled now.
Cool.
There will be a scheduled Zoom session. Now, the time that it starts is completely dependent on one man and one man alone, and that is Dave's RC. So, Friday nights after Dave's RC, as soon as he signs off, the Zoom session will fire up.
Oh, cool. It'll be like meeting your friends at a bar.
It will be.
You can't meet your friends at a bar, but you kind of
It will be like
meeting your friends at a bar.
Randy, it's not that kind of Zoom room. It's not that kind of Zoom room.
Dude, go to Pornhub for that.
Randy. Go hug a bear, man.
You can't hug a bear.
Randy hugs bears. Have you seen him?
I don't know. My stepdad kills them, and it's really sad. It makes me sad. And like when you go into my parents' house, there's like these bears looking at you, and you're just like, oh. But anyway.
Yes. So it is officially happening every Friday after Dave's RC. Now, unless Dave's RC goes on till like 12:30, 1 o'clock in the morning, then it probably won't be a Zoom session that day. But if Dave's RC, if he cuts it off before midnight, just go ahead and assume that there is a Zoom session happening, and we are always going to have links to the Zoom session. That will never change. My Zoom room credentials or the Zoom room URL will never change. So once you have the link, it's always the same link no matter what. Uh-oh. The cat's escaping.
I see him.
Yes. So I can't tell. It's a ambulance. Oh, Ryan O, good point. Yes. Next week is the first Monday of the month, and as is customary, it will be a virtual fly-in session. Real Flight 7.5, Real Flight 8, and Real Flight 9 owners can join the multiplayer fun coming up next week for the Air Marshal Monday virtual fly-in. So be sure that you join us for some real flight fun next week. We're going to get Amy in there flying next week. It's going to be fun. Oh, yeah.
I'll try.
Oh, no. Do or do not. There is no try.
I know. Okay, so, it's not a real plane, so it doesn't matter.
Nice, Jeff. Nice.
Oh.
Yeah, there's no cops. They got defunded. So that was either a ambulance or a fire truck.
Oh, I don't even want to. I don't want to even go there. Okay, reset. Okay.
Yeah,
so,
we all. So, that's all we got for tonight, folks. Next week, be sure to join us for the Real Flight virtual fly-in. I will be putting up some stuff about Facebook. This week's show, or next week, virtual fly-in for everybody that's here. It will be an E-Flight Extra 300 extravaganza. I don't know what airport yet, but so it might be limited to people that have Real Flight 9. If you don't have Real Flight 9, feel free to join us anyway. Bring whatever airplane you want. But for the folks that have Real Flight 9, we're going to be doing a giant E-Flight Extra 300 super formation flight and we're going to be putting on a show with Eflite Extra 300s. So be sure to join us, and
it's pretty fun.
It is pretty fun.
I usually just sit on the couch over there and watch, and it's like I'm entertained. I imagine actually doing it.
So all you guys all have a great week.
Good night.
We will see you in 15 minutes. Yeah, we keep it between the ground and the sun.
The ground
something
and the
like
sun.
that.
Yeah, I gotta think of
so
that's akin to
everybody be sure in 15 minutes, Guniac just put a link to his to his live show.
Oh, cool.
Be sure to check the link for the live show that Guniac just put down in the chat.
It.
So come and join us. Amy and I will be there in Guniac's chat. We'll be having a good time. And we will see you guys. She hates being on camera. Next week we're going to be doing a virtual fly-in, so she doesn't have to be in front of the camera. It'll be fun. But you'll still get to hear her. Be sure to join us next week, guys.
Yeah.
Everybody have fun, fly safe, and we will see you next Monday. Check out Guniac 15 minutes, and tomorrow night Fight Club with Jess Custom RC and Raven Rock Machine and Aviation. Subscribe to Jess Custom RC or you suck. We'll see you next week.